Hello everyone, it is me, GamePenguin21, and today, well, it seems like the bad takes just keep on coming, because, well, I found this video not too long ago, mainly through other commentary YouTube channels, and I found that I have covered it as well as a couple others, and mainly Sanity did, and that's what got my attention to basically, well, since I had nothing better to do, give myself another opinion to talk about, because apparently I'm releasing 2 videos a week, and I have no means of just not stopping myself. So, great. Anyway, so this one is actually on Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree, and this opinion piece is rather rage baity. I'm going to assume that it's supposed to be rage baity for the most part, but given the fact that this dude also says things like this,
all that stealing, all that theft, all that hate, all that toxicity, all that garbage, all that hate, all the things they stole from everybody and from you, I'm gonna steal it all back.
I am profoundly able to believe that he is a little bit serious in this context. So, with that being said, shill time. 1K subscribers by the end of the year, that would be very, very helpful, but it's very much so that your viewership is always enough on this channel. You don't need to subscribe, but it really helps. Number 2, my music and stuff down in the description below, as always. And number 3, I stream on the weekends. Make sure that you check up on that because my schedule's been all over the place this month. So, yeah, with that being said, let's get to apparently how the Elden Ring DLC is horrible and is a cash grab.
Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree is going to be another soulless, corporatized, brain-dead cash grab that only FromSoft fanboys, fake gamers, and bad taste possessing gamers are going to continue to hype up religiously. Yes, it's easy gaming. Yes, I'm here to spit the facts. Yes, I am here to bring the truth. And yes, I am here to take gaming back.
What a profoundly, amazingly, just stupendously horrible statement to kind of open up your video with. I get that you kind of want people to watch, but within the first 30 seconds, if you're basically saying all these people here are assholes because I say so, that's the worst possible way that you could open up a video like this. Going the good old QTV route, as it were.
I was literally astounded with the trailer for Shadow of the Turd Tree. I was literally mind blown. I mean, I was like jaw on the floor, like mind blown. Because this is again, if okay, see, I didn't want to get angry. See, I didn't want to be angry today. I wanted to have a nice, calm day. I've been trying to chill out for the camera. I've been having absolutely relaxed, chill live streams. I've been trying to work on my craft. I've been trying to work on my analysis. I've been trying to better my content and improve my review process.
Again, considering the earlier clip that I showed,
Every single piece of it, I'm going to grab all of it, and I'm going to shove it right back. I'm going to shovel it right back onto their doorstep, and I'm going to make them clean up every little milligram of it, and they're going to have to look at it, they're going to have to smell it, and they're going to have to clean it up themselves, and I'm going to be there smiling and laughing. And
considering that earlier clip, yeah, no, you're not doing the best of jobs here. Because again, you're being very attack-centric in this context. There's a way to attack someone's ideas if you come at it from a place of trying to understand where they're coming from. Like, I can get that you don't really like Elden Ring and that Shadow of the Erd Tree to you doesn't appeal to you. Absolutely. If that's the case, that's fine. You don't have to like Elden Ring. But a lot of people do. And if you come at Elden Ring with the intent to, say, attack the fan base and attack the people involved in this, and not understand and attack the ideas specifically to try to figure out what they like about it, and maybe try to come to a common ground, that ends up being the problem. It's what most online discourses tend to be.
Angry, that's the problem. When I get angry, I can't really hold it in. That's the issue. And when I watch this garbage trailer for this overrated trash, all I'm thinking is this. I can't wait for all the I can't wait for all the shills and the paid off reviewers and the corporate bootlickers. I cannot wait for all these gaming journalists, which insults me dearly. I cannot wait for all these gaming journalists to be 10 out of 10, masterpiece, best DLC. This expansion literally changed gaming, a revolutionary open world. This is the pinnacle of gaming in the 2020s. Elden Ring does it again. Miyazaki the GOAT, Miyazaki the GOAT. Long live Miyazaki. They got their little Dark Souls posters. Their little Elden Ring, like, little figures and little Funky Pops and little, like, dolls and
Okay, so I do agree. One big thing is the reaction images. Now, let me be clear. I'm going to be saying that I get how that is a little bit of a hypocrisy in my context, because I tend to use quote-unquote reaction images in my thumbnails. Absolutely. But I mainly use it because I don't have a face. Or at least I don't really like showing my face. So I use my caricature to kind of get the reactions out of it. And yeah, certainly, those reactions aren't always, like, the greatest in the world, and they don't always make sense. But it's also there because I'd like to keep my thumbnails consistent. And yeah, certainly, maybe I could get rid of it. My thumbnails could look a little bit better. But to me, I like the way that my thumbnails look. So yeah, my reaction images will stay. But to the people that make, like, the reaction images in real life, that's a little bit more cringe, in my opinion. At least with me, I get the excuse that mine's more or less a character, or my, like, mascots, if some people would like to call it that, even though it's not really correct. But yeah, again, those reaction images are very odd. Also, who is saying this? Like, you are just having an image of the shadow of the Erd tree up on Google right now. You just don't have the, like anyone saying this. It's kind of like Hal Harmon Smith when he says, like, all these people out here gonna be, like, doing all this, when you have also people like you who are going to say that it sucks without even playing it. I mean, like, you know, you get what I mean. Anyway, moving on.
You got adults. They got that all over the camera, too. It's like, boom, doll, 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 doll. It's a stuffed animal, doll, doll. You got like 100 of them. But these are Elden Ring fanboys. These are what I call from simps. These are fraud software.
I find it very ironic that he's saying that while he has a bunch of gaming memorabilia in, well, like, at least 2 pieces of gaming memorabilia on him. And some people are confused. Like, I was confused as to, like, what the hell he's wearing in terms of that cloak. But it's either a really weird wizard cloak, or it's an Attack on Titan cloak, because it's the exact same green. I just don't know, because I can't see the back of it. So that's where I'm like, it might be. But it looks like it. It's just hard to tell from this camera angle. But yeah, official merchandise from other things in Dark Souls is bad because I don't like it. But official merchandise from Nintendo and Halo and other places, yeah, no, that's good. Also, don't make fun of my plushie collection. They will literally kill. They've done so in the past.
Fanboys. They are religious. They are zealots. They are elitists. This community is extremely toxic. Losers from the FromSoft community have constantly been reporting me, constantly been infiltrating my community, constantly invading my comment sections, constantly talking about, you don't know what you're talking about, and you could never, and skill issue, skill issue, skill issue, no maidens. Imagine getting your insults from internet slang. Yikes! That could never be me, but it could be you.
One weird thing is that I had to look up yikes in the dictionary because I just wanted to see if I could, just for references, because he ran on a whole rant about it. Because I always thought that yikes was like a type of slang that came out very recently. No, it turns out it was about from around the 1800s. Very weird fun fact there. But here's my big question. If all of these FromSoft people are coming to your channel and giving you legit advice, legit critiques, and legit other stuff, like, other than the people who are obviously trolling, because there will always be that factor, why lump all of them together just with the trolls? You know? And also, if you are this hostile, expect hostility back. You know? It's kind of like the whole thing with every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Like, it's kind of the same when it comes to conversation. But, yeah.
These fraud soft simps, these from simps, they disgust me to the core. They are as fake as gamers get. And yes, I'm going to continue to remove your comments. Yes, I'm going to continue to ban you from the live streams. Yes, I'm going to stop all that meat riding. All that nut hugging. I'm going to put an end to the glazing. I am the slayer of fanboys. I am the anti-glazer. I am the king of gaming. I built gaming journalism from the ground up. That's why I am boots on the ground, covering the hottest, most requested topics. At the time, I am at the crime scene, immediately collecting data, immediately doing research, immediately getting evidence for this. And if you guys are unironically like, yo, I'm so excited, yo, I'm gonna be, you know what, you can have that, but don't get mad. Don't get mad when someone like me actually thinks critically, actually thinks analytically, actually thinks about this. I want you to consider this, because I know you're like mauling right now. You're offended. You already hit the dislike button. Go ahead, hit the dislike. It's still engagement. Go ahead, cry about me in the comment. If it's completely stupid. Again, if you guys keep joining the Discord and asking, why did you remove my comment? I'm going to say, well, why did you write that comment?
Well, I mean, you need to provide evidence as to why. At least, to me, you should. And yeah, absolutely. If you have hate comments and remove, like, the troll and the bot comments, sure. Most definitely remove those comments, because those comments are kind of meh. The troll comments, you can keep, because those are fine. But, the bot comments, definitely remove those. Little tip for anyone who wants to do YouTube stuff. But to more importantly go on to that whole rant bit, he kind of reminds me in some cases of Reforge Gaming, if that makes sense, where he adamantly is like, this is how I run my community, and we want the community to basically be very sterilized to my tastes because it's my community. And that is a bad way to run a community. Because here's the thing, you want your community to be open and inviting and loving and all this other stuff, and be able to grow and adapt with the audience that you make. If you don't, you end up with people like DSP, Wings of Redemption, and several other examples on this channel that I can't think of off the top of my head. When you go in with hate in your heart, you tend to come out with people who fucking hate you. That's just how this works. That's how this kind of operates. It's one of those things where, yeah, certainly, there might be a huge philosophical debate about Machiavelli, even though I barely bring him up because I've been watching a lot of the Realist Hero anime again because it's fun. But he has a point there, because, like, if you, like, absolute power does tend to corrupt, absolutely, and when someone like this tends to get even a small amount of people that agree with him, they will take that and they will run with it entirely, because I feel like his ego is just so fucking massive at this point that he thinks that he is, like, God. Like, you're not God. You're a dude in an Attack on Titan hoodie, holding a Link plushie, yelling into a camera in a very dark room, and showing off your tastes in specific video games. You're not anything more than one of those other people that say that the I also like how when people say that other people are toxic while still being the most toxic person in the room. Just kind of makes you think.
Imagine paying 30. I can't do this. Imagine paying $30 for downloadable content for an expansion pack for a game and being grateful and hyping it up. It took them over 2 years. 2 years. 2 years to release a gameplay trailer or a DLC. It took them really, like, slow down. Stop.
That's actually not as funny as you think it is, because I actually did some quick math here, and you know what else took 2 years to release a gameplay trailer for? The full game. Yeah, I'm not even joking. If I remember correctly, the original Elden Ring teaser trailer, which didn't have any gameplay and was mostly cinematics, was released about in 2019, if I remember my time correctly. I think it was 2019, 2018 when they were announcing this, and we saw nothing about it for at least a couple of years. And recently I looked at it, and about 2 years ago to now is when the gameplay trailer came out. The announcement of that was, again, 2 years ago, and between that time, there was a lot of the game that was actually made. And you know what else was also really cool about that trailer? They dropped the actual date when it was going to be coming, which is the same marketing strategy that they did this time. You kind of see a pattern here, right? And how, yeah, it took them 2 years to make a gameplay trailer for the DLC, but at the same time, they also announced that there was a date for that DLC, which is in May, if I remember correctly. So, what? That doesn't mean anything. Yeah, 2 years is a fairly long time to wait, sure. But people knew that a DLC would be most likely coming because it was super successful. And again, most people have pointed this out, but the DLC amount of gigabytes is about on the same par as the full game itself, thereby like doubling the gigabyte capacity and stuff like that. So again, people have already pointed that out. I don't need to really point that out here again. But it's funny how he can look at a gameplay trailer that it had very little, like, that had a lot of hype around it, but people didn't know when it was coming out, and then they actually give, like, an official date when we have companies that will hype up and hype up and hype up years and years and years, and then the date that they give isn't the same date because they have to push it back, like, 2 months. It's like, how is that weird? Also, to go back to the $30 DLC thing, there is people who pay more for less on other games. Like, there are people who have paid, like, hundreds of dollars for one skin on CSGO. And yeah, certainly the player economy and stuff like that, so you can kind of, like, brush that off as people just being weird. But more importantly, not only that, but you've never played Call of Duty where you would pay, like, almost twice the amount of the base game for 4 DLCs throughout the year. Nothing that you say makes any sense because people have paid more money for less in terms of DLC and stuff, so whoops.
Like, slow down, stop molding, stop seething, stop coping. Just, like, think about that.
No, I'm not even really doing that, but just stop projecting, please.
It took them 2 years to release a trailer for a DLC, and we still have YouTube going crazy. We still have paid-off reviewers hyping it up. It's already getting 9s out of 10s. It's already getting 90% and higher on Metacritic. It's already getting IGN reviews.
It does not have an IGN review. It does not have a Metacritic review. You don't have a source for this, and other people have proved that more than me. So, no, there is none of that happening, because people need to have their hands on the video game or the DLC in order to really review it. So, you are just flat out fucking wrong.
And you must buy, and you must consume, and don't think about it, and just be excited to consume more content. We release more content for consumption. That's all fine and dandy when Easy Gaming is doing the real gaming journalism, trying to save... Yeah, okay, see, I'm getting angry again. When Easy Gaming, the king of gaming, is boots on the ground, real journalism, real investigation. I'm trying to save you time.
Again, that's why I say stop projecting yourself onto your audience thinking that they think the exact same way that you're thinking right now, because that's basically a straw man type argument, and that's bad to have in a video. Not only that, considering that about 50% of this video, probably more like 70% of this video at this point, is you just attacking and straight up saying that this entire fan base of FromSoft people, that you are projecting this massive ego that you have, is evil and bad, and you don't like them, and you should, like, you know, stomp them out because they are so toxic and bad, and just, I don't like them. You can see why people clown on you, not only in this context, but also in the context of, again, to bring up the earlier clip.
And I'm going to burn their money. I'm going to burn their pile of cash, their mountain of money. I'm going to ignite it. I'm going to burn it all into ashes, and I'm going to make them clean it all up.
Yeah.
Save you money. All of a sudden, it's bait when I do it. All of a sudden, it's rage bait when it's clickbait, rage bait, troll, satire. It's garbage. It's trash. L content. It's all this trash when I do it. But when other people do it, it's perfectly acceptable. It is normal, and they wanna make their little online friends. You wanna make your fake friends. You want to make your little online friends so you guys can glaze a multi-billion-dollar corporation together. That could never be me. That could never be me.
I have had better friendships online than in the last 4 to 5 years of college. So, like, yeah. Plus, also, I think, I don't consider... I don't want to finish that sentence. But the thing is that, yes, certainly online friendships are a little bit weird to some people. But, like, to me, again, I've made better friendships of people online more recently than anyone else in my real life right now. And I've met people who I genuinely have a good emotional connection with. So, yeah.
That could never be me. Imagine defending a multi-billion-dollar corporation and hyping them up and praising them for giving you a trailer for a DLC after 2 years. Back when we had quality.
Well, I mean, imagine sitting in a chair in a very dark room, like, surrounded and like, holding a plushie of a multi-billion-dollar corporation and telling people that to not support a thing that you don't like because you're sad and upset with a fan base who is upset at you because you attacked them. Kind of makes you think there.
Back when we had high standards. Back when gamers were actually like the apex predators on the food chain of media, the internet, discourse, critique, review, analysis. Back when gamers actually had a spine and actually stood up against corporate greed, actually took a stand. Took a stand and a stance against copy-pasted trash like this. I mean, we're getting literally similar boss design. These are literally ripoffs of Dragon's Dogma bosses. This is still and always will be. I don't care how many DLCs you put. I don't care how many expansions you put. I don't care how many years it takes. Elden Ring will never be even close to Dark Souls. Dark Souls was always a superior franchise. I'd rather play Dark Souls 2 than Elden Ring any day of the week. And I know you're molding because I just spit a fact. And facts don't care about your feelings. Yes, it hurts. Yes, I'm here to bring the true journalism. And yes, I am getting sick and tired of this. Why is there so much hype for a 2-year...
That's not a fact. That's an opinion that you happen to have. You praise the original Dark Souls trilogy over the newer Elden Ring because apparently since they did practically the same thing, practically a lot of the same stuff, and also it's again by the same studio, and not only that, it had a lot of mainstream appeal because, you know, you just wanted to be the one where you're like in this sort of very niche crowd and you don't like the fact that it's getting obtained by the normies.
Better not be crying. They better not be screaming. They better not be moaning and act like they didn't have it coming.
Bro, you are the most angry and upset about the fact that Dark Souls is getting the amount of respect and love that it so very clearly deserves. And yeah, certainly. Is it still a niche thing? Will there still be haters? 110,000%. Alright? But I think that we'll about cut it there, because there's 2 minutes left of this video, and it's basically just him going off still and saying that every single other person is wrong. My opinion is the only right opinion here. And other people have going to cover this more video than me, but I don't want to make a stupidly long video. And quite frankly, I think that we've gotten the main gist of this. So, what is the conclusion that we can draw from this, ladies and gentlemen? Well, to be very frank, don't be this dickhead. It's really that simple. Look, if you like Dark Souls, the original trilogy, if you like Dark Souls 2, heck, if you even like Demon Souls because you're into that sort of thing, that's your purpose, and that's, well, not really your purpose, that's your thing. But when you come at people for liking something that you don't like, and coming at them from a specific standpoint of just trying to attack them without trying to genuinely understand their point of view and how they could feel that way, you're kind of doing yourself a disservice. Always make sure that you lead in some ways with an understanding that they're not you. Try to create some sort of conversation back and forth. And yeah, certainly, there are ways that you can most definitely fuck up, and learn from those mistakes whenever you do make those fuck-ups. At least that's how I believe this whole thing to be working. Anyway, I think that I've talked your ear off enough today, and quite frankly, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree is a DLC that I'm looking forward to, personally. So yeah, if you don't like it, oh well. But that'll be about it for me. My name is GamePeng21. Again, 1K subscribers by the end of the year. Y'all are awesome. No need for it, but it's very much appreciated. Music and other stuff down in the description, as well as I stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/GamePeng21. And like I said again, thank you so much for watching, and a peace off.